Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. Today I want to do a topic that I've not really touched on before, I feel, well, partly, and that is like fine line and wrinkle care, but we're also going to be talking about pores as well today. I'm merging the two because they're probably my most asked things in the comments section, especially as someone in my 30s now. I'm starting to take wrinkle care a bit more seriously, so I want to share some products that for me have been making a difference when it comes to fine lines, or products that I'm using as a preventative measure. Full disclaimer, I usually get Botox. I have not had my Botox done for a long time now. In order to try some products and see how they... Look, proof. In order to see how they work and if they benefit my fine lines, etc. Let's just get into it and let's start off with the sponsor of this segment of today's video, and that is Kahi. This is a brand that I featured in a video, Korean skincare that Koreans actually use, because it's hugely popular in Korea. But I'm not the only person who has become obsessed with basically this whole new category of skincare, stick balms. And for me, it's no surprise that a Korean brand has developed this kind of skincare. They are the #1 rated startup skincare brand in the last 10 years, becoming one of the most popular skincare brands in Korea during the pandemic. And I guess that's why they got their boost. They're easy to use, they're super convenient, travel friendly, you can use them any day, anytime, and they're really easy to reapply, which comes in really handy when we'll be talking about the sunscreen. In one of my other videos, I talked about how much I love the eye balm, but one of my most used Kahi products has to be the Wrinkle Bounce Multi Balm, mainly because it's a multi balm, so you can use it around your eyes, you can use it everywhere. It's a stick balm that's made to reduce the appearance of wrinkles, fine lines, increase elasticity, moisture and hydration. It's well used, they look a lot nicer when you first open them. The key ingredients that they highlight in here is their salmon complex, which is a mix of salmon collagen, salmon DNA, and salmon proteoglycans. Hopefully pronounce that right. The salmon collagen is sustainably sourced collagen, and we all know that collagen is really great at moisturizing the skin, keeping it hydrated. Two really important factors that I find helps kind of like temporarily lessen the appearance of fine lines, but it's also a really great preventative measure for wrinkles. It like keeps my skin plumped out. I'm going to use this as we talk. Really easy to use. Wipe it up. I like to do my eyes first. I literally just do this, look. I like to pat it in a little bit here. You don't have to though, you can literally just leave it. Sodium DNA, I tried to do some of my own research on, but it's kind of very new to me and very difficult to explain. So Kahi broke it down in easy to understand language, and they say sodium DNA has powerful anti-aging properties when applied onto the skin. It can strengthen the structure of the epidermis as well as encourage cell turnover. It also has a way of rejuvenating brightness and increasing elasticity in the skin. It's currently used in a number of high-end anti-aging skincare products. So then I like to do it on my smile lines just here. I like to do it where I get dry here, and then you see my fine lines where I usually get my Botox. I just like to do it here and here, and this keeps me very nicely plumped out. This is like a multi-balm, so I do kind of compare it to like the slugging balms. You can use this all over your face. I like to use this like in the evening. And then I'm good. I've got that concentrated hydration and moisture, salmon complex, in all the key areas where I feel like wrinkles and fine lines are starting to make an appearance. Another key ingredient is Jeju fermented oil, which contains alcic acid, very gently exfoliates and help other ingredients penetrate into the skin. Along with that, we have some if it isn't broke, don't fix it kind of ingredients like shea butter, almond oil, other emollients, licorice fruit and turmeric for brightening the skin. So as well as hydration and moisturization, obviously sunscreen is a must-do for every skincare related concern. Fine lines, wrinkles, brightness, even skin tone, and Kahi do the Aqua Balm. This is an SPF 50 plus PA4 pluses. It's like their wrinkle balm meets SPF in this really super easy to reapply stick form. And look, like you can just literally swipe it over like this, and really you don't even have to pat it in. It just kind of smooths into the skin. So I do have a slight issue with sunscreen sticks, which I've talked about on this channel before, and that's the shape of them. They kind of come in this like roll up deodorant type stick form, which I find difficult to get in certain areas, like the corners of my nose, behind my ears, in my ears, the corners here. And as you can see, the shape of this stick does it without any problems, with accuracy. It's really good. As I said, you can use this as an all-over sunscreen. I personally like to use this for extra reapplication on top of normal reapplication. So areas like my rosacea where the sun really does bother it, I like to reapply a little bit more than often over that. Bridge on my nose where I get burnt, and on my forehead where I usually get burnt as well. This doesn't sting around your eyes. It doesn't run off your skin when you sweat. It's really, really good. Sunscreen really does care for your pores and your fine lines, but you can always give it a boost. Sorry, my dog's right there. Hi, baby. I'm doing my work. You can always boost the effectiveness of your sunscreen with a vitamin C. I hate vitamin C serums. We know how much I hate vitamin C serums. Well, the last few I've tried have been really, really good. But Kahi have their stick form, which is a stabilized vitamin C that helps brighten skin tone. And obviously it's got those antioxidant properties, helping prevent things like destruction of collagen and elastin, all those important factors when it comes to preventing early signs of fine lines and wrinkles aging. Now, of course, I would usually use this in the serum stage under sunscreen, but I kind of, so this is a weird way to do it. But again, I just want to show you how easy this goes. Look, you can't see anything. It's not greasy, it's not sticky. And this is the thing, usually when I use vitamin C serums, I get like a sudden flushing, like a hot flushing, and I don't get that from this at all. I love these. I feel like I get a really great even application with these products. Of course, they're going to have the right preservative system for you to be rubbing them on your face and all that kind of stuff. I'll put the product links for Kahi in the description box down below. I want to talk about another hugely popular product in Korea, and that is so what I usually use in conjunction with my neck is two products. I prefer one to the other. I'm going to talk about the Pacifica reusable masks. I use, of course, the Dew Skin reusable under eye mask, and this is kind of the same thing but for your neck. I've been constantly tagged on things like TikTok and Instagram asking if these silicone patches work, and they do, very temporarily, kind of in the long run, and I'll talk about that in a minute. They don't beat Botox, but it does work when it comes to like plumping out your skin, stopping you from like getting things like deeper wrinkles, fine lines. I'm still trying to find ones I really, really love. As far as under eye patches go, Dew Skin have it. As far as neck ones go, ISO are kind of decent. So I've been using like a reusable patch on my neck, my tech neck, and then I've been using Pacifica's reusable one on my forehead. And what these do is they do a really good job at temporarily plumping out fine lines. When teamed with serums, moisturizers, the ISO ones you can't team with anything greasy or oily or moisturizers, but the Pacifica ones you kind of can. They kind of keep everything in place as well. So they're recommended to use at night to kind of stop you kind of like, you know, your face all doing all these dreamy motions and squishing up against pillows and stuff and causing wrinkles. So they kind of like temporarily like Botox your face and like stop your muscles from moving. I'm a little bit dubious about the ISO one because when I put it on my neck, I kind of get it kind of like, it's so tight, like creases the neck, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's making other fine lines, but the Pacifica forehead ones have worked really, really well. I notice when I wear it for a significant amount of time, you can very barely see my fine lines. I mean, you can barely see them now, but in person-to-person contact, they look temporarily plumped out. And the key word there is temporarily. As I said, with Botox, it kind of, you know, just does everything. But they're a really good temporary plumping measure that, from what I've heard, used consistently, can really prevent fine lines and wrinkles in the long run, purely from stopping actions on your face. With the ISO mask in particular, I feel like I'm a little bit disappointed by them. I think for me, what I love about Dew Skin is you can combine them with your regular skincare routine. You actually use a serum or eye cream or moisturizer to help the pads stick to your skin, and they stick really well. What I dislike about the ISO ones is that you can't moisturize or use anything that might stop the pad sticking. So I use these overnight and I go to bed feeling a very obvious lack of hydration and moisture in my skin. The Pacifica ones I can use with a very light moisturizer, so I do prefer those. But overall, I do still feel like I'm still on a bit of a hunt for the perfect kind of silicone pads. When it comes to keeping skin looking younger, I hate using that term because I think that the older I get, the less I want to be younger, if that makes sense. But when it comes to preventing fine lines and wrinkles, barrier repair is so important, and barrier care, and I think we all know that now. And the use of ceramides is really, really important because as we get older, our skin needs a little bit more help producing ceramides. And of course, sun damage, you know, wherever you are, can really, really reduce the quantity and quality of ceramides. A damaged skin barrier leads to dry skin, skin, irritated skin, wrinkles, fine lines, loss of hydration and moisture and irritation. Ceramides in skincare can kind of put those ceramides back in your skin, like almost like restock those ceramides. And these ceramides are so important to keeping our skin barrier strong. I always say they're like the cement to the bricks, you know, of our skin. And that in turn can help things like hydration, keeping our skin looking bouncy and plump, resulting in smoother, firmer looking skin. Of course, I mention this all the time, the Astura Barrier 360 cream is my CeraVe. It's like kind of like everything you like about CeraVe, but in a much nicer formulation, a more elegant formulation and texture on the skin. I think it's particularly great for dry and oily people because it's got such a nice balance of moisturizing and hydrating without being too oily or too greasy, but also without not giving you enough. And that's the thing, is a lot of these, when you think of ceramide creams, a lot of them, you just imagine these heavy, sticky, like claggy kind of ingredients and products. And that's not what any of this brand is. They actually do a really nice, light, kind of like soothing cream, which is kind of like the Rovectin Lotus cream in the sense that it's like a gel cream, very watery based, very hydrating. And this will be perfect in summer under a moisturizer. Let's talk about pores, because I feel like wrinkle care and pores are the key things that people have concerns about. And when it comes to pores, all the above is going to help. If your skin is in good condition, your pores are going to look good. And that's the thing, we want pores, we just want them to look healthy, right? Sun protection, hydration. But there are a few products that I would say I really rely on to help with the appearance of pores. Of course, ingredients like niacinamides and retinols are going to be great for your pores. But for me, there are products that make a more, not immediate fix, but a more noticeable difference with long-term results too. Of course, exfoliation is a huge deal when it comes to your pores, and unsurprisingly, Glow Recipes BHA+PHA Watermelon Toner is my favorite BHA of all time. A very gentle BHA, which really suits my rosacea prone skin. And when it comes to keeping your skin happy and healthy, preventing inflammation of any kind is something I'm trying to do as I get older. I swear there's a phrase called like inflammaging, where they basically link inflammation to faster aging of your skin. So I'm trying to avoid any kind of inflammation or irritation, really. So for me, gentler exfoliation, lower percentages, more often, seems to be what my personal skin really enjoys. Of course, if your skin can take high percentages, knock yourself out. Glow Recipes toner really works for me because it combines exfoliation with hydration. And for me, that has such an obvious physical appearance on my skin. We are talking plumper looking skin, hydration, smaller looking pores, clearer looking pores. It's just this like magic recipe combination for my skin. We have cactus water, which is extremely hydrating. PHA, which is smoothing for the skin, but also hydrating as well. We have BHA in here, which is the exfoliant that can go into the pores and clear them out. But we have this in a kind of gentler form of willow bark, and we have betaine salicylate, and you'll see these two BHAs in a lot of Korean skincare because South Korea has tighter regulations on salicylic acid in cosmetics, but these work great for me. It won't be everyone's experience, but these gentler forms means for me that I can use them more often, and again for me with quicker and more obvious results. If you haven't tried it, I really think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love it. The last product I want to talk about, I have no idea how these work. I don't know what they do, but these are Ciracle's Blackhead sheets. I've kind of used something like this before in a multi-step nose pore strip. And what these are is kind of like the peeling pads, like, you know, the Korean ones that are covered in almost like a serum. And what you do is you put this on your nose, and this kind of like, I'm going to use all the wrong language now because I don't know how else to explain it, but it seems to almost like loosen your pores, and all this gunk just comes out, all those sebaceous filaments, whiteheads, blackheads, after about 10 minutes of leaving this on, and you can take it off and you can see it all on the surface of your skin, and you can wipe these off, and then you can like tone and carry on with the rest of your routine, and it just gives such an obvious blackhead free, whitehead free, congestion looking free look to your nose. As I mentioned, I have absolutely no idea how this works. I've looked at the ingredients. I'm like, I don't know what this is. So if you have any idea, please let me know. But these are the key products that for me, and I've gone through so many blackhead products, so many peels, masks, gadgets, all this kind of stuff. But these are the ones that I always fall back on. As I mentioned, wrinkle care is something I'm taking a little bit more seriously. Let me know if you tried any of these and leave me some tips as well down below. I'm actually going to lay off the Botox for a bit. I don't think I need it. And I need to be able to raise my eyebrows eyebrows for all the thumbnails, right? So, but yes, thank you again so much to Kahi for sponsoring today's video. I'm building a little bit of a collection. I just think they're super convenient. They're hugely popular in Korea for a reason. They're really, really good. They work. So yes, leave that all down below. You can watch some more skincare reviews here, some general light entertainment here, and I'll see you over there.